Have you ever wondered why some cities feel alive and others feel like lifeless concrete boxes? Why you get lost in one city's charm and stuck in traffic in another's chaos? The truth is, it's all by design. From ancient alleyways to futuristic smart grids, cities are shaped by powerful ideas most of us never notice. But once you see them, you can't unsee them. Let's explore the 10 urban planning concepts that secretly shape the world around you. 1. The grid. Order in simplicity. The grid layout is one of the most recognizable forms of city planning. It organizes streets into straight, intersecting lines, creating uniform blocks. This system was popularized in ancient Greece and used famously in Manhattan's 1811 Commissioner's Plan. Grids simplify navigation, enable easy land division, and support efficient infrastructure like plumbing and electricity. Emergency services also benefit from predictable layouts. However, grids can create long sight lines, increasing car speeds and reducing walkability. They also trap heat and offer little variety. That's why modern planners often blend grids with parks, curves, and pedestrian areas for comfort and safety. Despite its downsides, the grid remains a foundation of urban planning due to its clarity, scalability, and functional ease. 2. The organic city, streets that follow the land. Before blueprints, cities evolved organically. Streets weren't designed, they emerged from footpaths, trade routes, and topography. Cities like Fez, Venice, or Varanasi reflect this. Narrow alleys, irregular shapes, and unpredictable turns. These layouts offered defense benefits, localized economies, and adapted well to their environment. In hot regions, tight streets provided shade. In hilly areas, paths followed contours naturally. But organic cities lacked planning for waste disposal, traffic, or growth. Today, planners admire their human scale and walkability. As we rethink overplanned suburbs, the organic city offers inspiration, flexible, compact, and community-driven, despite being born without any formal plan. 3. The Radiant City, Le Corbusier's vision of urban order. In the 1920s, Le Corbusier imagined the Radiant City, a vision of efficiency through design. He proposed high-rise towers spaced among green parks, with zones separated by function, work, home, recreation. Streets were elevated, cars and pedestrians were split, and the whole city moved like a machine. His goal? Eliminate urban chaos and overcrowding. Influencing cities like Brasilia and Chandigarh, the Radiant City promoted order and cleanliness, but critics noted its failure to create vibrant street life. Its separation of functions made cities sterile and disconnected. Still, its legacy lives on in modern zoning, skyscrapers, and how cities attempt to control complexity. 4. The Garden City, a blend of nature and urban life. Ebenezer Howard's 1898 Garden City vision offered a third way between polluted industrial cities and isolated countryside. He proposed self-contained communities encircled by green belts with balanced zones for housing, agriculture, and industry. Cities like Letchworth and Welwyn in England realized this concept, blending nature with urban life. The idea was to reduce overcrowding, promote health, and reconnect people with green spaces. While garden cities struggled with car dependency and low density, they inspired eco-city movements and modern sustainable design. The core idea remains powerful. Humans thrive when surrounded by greenery, not just concrete. 5. Zoning. The invisible hand of the city. Zoning laws divide cities into zones: residential, commercial, industrial, and more. First introduced in early 20th century New York, zoning aimed to protect citizens from pollution, noise, and overcrowding by controlling what goes where. But zoning also caused issues. It isolated functions, promoted car use, and reinforced economic and racial segregation. Single-use zoning discouraged walkable mixed neighborhoods. Today, reforms like mixed-use zoning, upzoning, and form-based codes are reshaping cities to be denser, more inclusive, and environmentally sustainable. Zoning isn't visible like a road or building, but it quietly controls how cities grow and how people live. 6. The car-centric city, highways, suburbia, and the age of asphalt. Post-World War II, cities, especially in the US, shifted toward the car. Suburbs spread outward, and highways carved through urban centers to connect residential areas to jobs. Shopping malls replaced markets, and streets became arteries for vehicles. This brought convenience and space, but also pollution, traffic, and social isolation. Public transport was neglected, and low-income communities were often displaced. Today, cities face the consequences: sprawl, carbon emissions, and disconnected lives. Some are reversing this trend, removing highways, investing in transit, and designing for pedestrians again. The car defined 20th century cities, but the 21st may tell a different story. 7. The 15-minute city, urban life reimagined. The 15-minute city proposes that all essential services, work, education, health, food, leisure, should be within a 15-minute walk or bike ride. Popularized by Carlos Moreno, it gained attention during the pandemic as people rediscovered the value of nearby amenities. Paris adopted the model, redesigning streets and encouraging local economies. It promotes walkability, sustainability, and community interaction. But critics raise concerns: unequal access, overregulation, or unrealistic density. Still, the idea pushes back against car-based sprawl, encouraging cities to be more local, resilient, and livable. It's not just a planning model, it's a lifestyle philosophy focused on proximity and human need. 8. The smart city, where technology meets urban life. Smart cities integrate digital tech into urban systems: traffic control, waste management, energy grids, and surveillance. Sensors collect data to optimize services, reducing congestion, monitoring pollution, or improving safety. Cities like Singapore and Barcelona are pioneers, using real-time feedback to manage infrastructure. But this tech-forward approach raises privacy concerns and risks of corporate control. A city driven by data can become efficient, but also exclusionary or overly surveilled. The smart city's challenge is balancing innovation with transparency and human rights. When done right, tech enhances life without replacing the social fabric of the city. 9. Transit-oriented development building around movement. Transit-oriented development, TOD, focuses urban growth around public transport. Instead of endless sprawl, TOD encourages dense, walkable neighborhoods near train or bus stations. This reduces car dependency, promotes sustainability, and supports local economies. Cities like Tokyo and Copenhagen embody TOD/Tokyo through integrated rail and cycling systems. TOD boosts housing options, lowers transport costs, and improves urban vitality. However, without careful policy, it can cause gentrification or push out vulnerable communities. True TOD requires accessible transit, affordable housing, and mixed-use planning, creating cities where movement and life go hand in hand. 10. The future city, blending innovation with tradition. The future city isn't just futuristic, it's balanced. Climate change, AI, urban migration, and social equity will all shape tomorrow's urban spaces. Smart tech, vertical gardens, automated systems, and modular housing are already being tested. But real progress comes when we blend innovation with lessons from the past: walkability, mixed-use neighborhoods, local economies. Future cities must be inclusive, adaptable, and climate resilient. They'll be co-created by architects, technologists, activists, and citizens. Not every city will look like a sci-fi film, but the best ones will be places where people feel safe, connected, and truly at home.